What is up, everybody, and welcome to the first ever Dudes Who Bet Sports.
So you wanna bet sports, but you need some advice on how to cash in big at a heck of a price. Well, if you want enough money to line your shorts, then you're in the right place. This is Dudes Who Bet Sports. Dudes Who Bet Sports, it's your favorite show. Dudes Who Bet Sports, where degenerates go. Dudes Who Bet Sports, time to change your approach with Aaron Halterman and his father, the coach. Let's ride.
Well, the Associated Press is full of shit.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dudes Who Bet Sports show. It is March Madness Day, no doubt about it. We're going to do all the picks today, Pop Dude. I've been waiting for this one. I'm excited.
I know it. I know. I still haven't got my bracket completely finalized.
Well,
but
too bad, because you're going to finalize it on this show today.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're making
I will do that.
Final decisions today. So,
okay. All right.
You have no choice to finalize it on this show.
Well, this is the official one that goes into the Racing Dudes contest, is it?
No, it definitely is the official. Well, no, I mean, you can make changes, but this is going to be your official one as of today. Now,
exactly.
We have 2 play-in games left. Obviously, that could change things. But
plus, I could change my mind before tomorrow, too.
You could. Yes. Vinny is ready, too. He's here. And listen, I have some breaking news as well after we do the brackets.
Okay.
I've uncovered the problem with both Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. I've researched it.
You have?
Yes, I know the answer. So stay tuned into the show. I'm going to give everybody the answer to what's going on with these 2 quarterbacks.
I can't wait.
Yep. And like I said, I know the answer. I've got concrete evidence of what's happening. So you definitely want to stay tuned to the end of the show for that. All right. Let's do it, though. Let's get the brackets up. Let's know there's no messing around today.
That's
We've got people watching today for the first time.
Right.
So,
their whole future depends on this.
That's right. All right. I've got 2 brackets up. I'm going to let you start first with the West region. I accidentally already clicked Gonzaga for you. So I know you're going to pick Gonzaga over Georgia State. Now, Boise State, Memphis. Who you picking in this one?
I gave my sentiments on Boise State Sunday. And again, I haven't gotten a good answer. I've gotten a hold of all of the tournament committee members. They haven't returned my calls as to why Boise State's an 8 and Colorado State's a 6. It doesn't matter. It does not make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Does it you?
No, it doesn't.
The Boise wins the regular season, wins the conference tournament, and they're an 8, and the teams that finish behind them is a 6.
Right.
And their records are almost identical. It makes no sense.
No.
This is a great matchup. And I tell you what, if I was Gonzaga, I would be worried about this next round game. I like both of these teams a lot. I think Memphis is playing at a pretty high level. However, I'm going with Boise State.
You're going to go with Boise State, so I'll go ahead and click Boise State in there for you, and I'll click over to mine. I'm going to go Gonzaga, and I'm going to take the Fighting Penny Hardaways of Memphis.
All right, there we go.
I like how they finished up the regular season. I thought they looked very good in the regular season. They beat Houston twice. They could not beat them for their conference championship tournament, but I still like Memphis. I think they win there, and I think I'm with you. No matter who wins this game, it sets up an interesting matchup with Gonzaga. Yes, they made it to the final game last year before getting beat, but it's a team historically when they've been, seated higher, they've struggled. So Memphis has a lot of talent. I think Boise State has some talent too. So we're going opposite there. All right, UConn.
One more comment. Not only did Boise State get screwed, but they put them in a bracket where they got to play the number 1 seed overall.
Yes.
That's just ridiculous. All right.
UConn, New Mexico State.
This has got potential for an upset. I think UConn will be too physical and will pound away at them. And they come from that Big East where they've been through the wars. The WAC is better than people think. New Mexico State is 26-6. This is going to be a close game because UConn doesn't blow anybody out. But I'm going with the Huskies.
All right, going with the Huskies, and I'll go ahead and let you pick the next one. Arkansas and Vermont, the 4-13 game. Arkansas's coach been whining about having to go to Buffalo to play Vermont. By the way, it's 7 hours from Burlington, Vermont to Buffalo. It's not an easy drive. But anyway, go ahead. Who are we taking here?
Well, if you take the whole state of Vermont, will you fill up a stadium, an arena? I'm not sure. There's
Right,
not a lot
yeah.
of people that live in Vermont.
Exactly.
Beautiful state, I've heard. You've
Yes.
been there. I haven't.
Beautiful state.
I would love to see it someday. Uh, so Arkansas is complaining about that, are they?
Well, Musselman said he's pissed. They sent him to Buffalo, where Vermont will have a home game. Was his statement on that.
Well, let me tell you, Seth, I'm getting kind of sick of him. I am. I don't like him very well. He's kind of, I don't care for him. Anyway, I'm not saying I think he's a great coach, but
Yeah.
I don't know. There's somebody I don't like. I tell you, if he's worrying about Vermont, I don't know that his team should be a number 4 seed. Do you? I know Vermont is good. Don't get me wrong. And I think they'll give him a hell of a game. But he's got some other problems down the line. I think he needs to be worrying about a hell of a lot more than Vermont.
Yep.
If figuring on they're going to win the national championship. Because if he's worrying about Vermont, they ain't winning the national championship. I'll tell you right now. He just he's setting up his fans. Hey, guys, you better be ready in case we go up there and choke. You better be ready. So I like Arkansas in this. Vermont, I just don't know if they play anybody. And if Arkansas plays well, I think they'll win. In fact, that may be my best bet. That line's only 5, which kind of surprises me a little bit.
Well, it's that home advantage for Vermont there in Buffalo, New York. So
I failed to take a consideration of that. Yeah,
I'm with you. I think UConn gets it done. I am a little. That is definitely an upset candidate there for sure. But I do think Utah gets it done. I'm going to go with Arkansas as well in that spot. Listen, I've watched Vermont a little bit. I like them, but I don't think they're good enough to pull off the upset. I bet they give them a massive scare.
I think they will too.
Yeah, I think it'll be close. So, all right, we both went UConn, Arkansas there. Okay, now this is a game that could change because Alabama is going to play the winner of Rutgers Notre Dame tonight. I believe that will be Notre Dame. But go ahead. What's your pick here? Alabama versus the winner of tonight's game.
Well, I agree with you. I think Notre Dame's going to win, but that's a pick 'em game.
Yeah.
So I would say either team, they're the same. So if you like Alabama to get beat, I don't know whether it matters which team they play. That's what I'm trying to get at here. I'm going to pick the winner of the Rutgers Notre Dame game to beat Alabama.
Okay. And like I said, that could change. Maybe you watch tonight's game and it's like, yeah, they didn't look that great.
Right.
We won't hold you to that one. All right. Texas Tech and Montana State. Seems like an easy one to me, but where are you going here?
Montana State's better than people think. JL just said that. They're not going to beat Texas Tech. This thing, and you and I both have said this, Texas Tech is not going to impress anybody.
Yep.
Game will probably be fairly close, but I'm going to go with the Red Raiders.
I am going to agree with you twice. I think, like I said, I believe Notre Dame will be the winner of tonight's game against Rutgers, but if Rutgers wins and looks impressive, I think Alabama is a team that's ready to lose, and I think whoever wins this game is going to get it done. Also, we've had some historical proof, not that the games, the winners of them usually fare well when they're the 11 and 12 seeds. So I'll go with that trend. I'm with you, Texas Tech. I could see them getting upset here. I really could because of what you said. They're not impressive. They're not going to win this game, 80-50, something like that. It'll probably be an ugly game. But I do think they get it done here. All right, final first round game here in the West before we move on to the second round. Michigan State, Davidson. I think this is a real toss-up. Where did you lean in this one?
Boy, I want to pick Davidson. I want to really bad, but I've watched Davidson quite a bit. I don't think this is not a great Davidson team. Mm-hmm. I really want to pick them. I don't like Michigan State. However, I thought the Spartans had a little spark in that Big Ten tournament. If they can carry that over, I don't think Davidson's good enough to beat them. So I'm going to go with Michigan State reluctantly, but I'm rooting for Davidson.
All right, Michigan State with that one, and then Duke versus Cal State Fullerton. We've seen Duke have some massive upsets in this tournament before, but will it happen in the first round here?
No, I didn't even consider this one much. I think Duke wins this one.
All right, flip over to mine real quick, and I'm with you. I really wanted to pick Davidson to win a first-round game. Absolute worst draw for Davidson, in my opinion. Michigan State, the seasoned veteran team, I think they get it done, and I'm with you. Did not consider Cal State Fullerton there. Duke all the way for me. All right, now we get into the second round here of the West. Gonzaga and Boise State. You talked about, hey, I think this is going to be a tough game for Gonzaga. Are you picking the upset here?
I would like to. I really would, but I just can't. I just don't think Boise can score enough. They're going to frustrate the crap out of them, but Gonzaga, I think, will score more than Boise State. Well, obviously, if you're going to pick them to win, I just don't think Boise State's got enough offense to beat them.
Yeah, I'll give you my pick in a second, but I tend to agree with what you're saying there. UConn and Arkansas, big 4-5 match. I think this is really tight. What do you think?
Oh, it's a nail biter.
Mm-hmm.
These are two really quality teams playing in the second round. Probably means the seeding isn't very good when you got a matchup like this right off the bat.
Yeah,
I think Arkansas could be seeded a little bit higher, maybe 3, and Connecticut a 4. But anyway, again, I don't know if Connecticut can score enough. I just don't. I'm going to go with Arkansas, but this is just this could be. I wouldn't be a bit surprised what happens.
All right, you're predicting a formful Sweet 16 game with the 1 and the 4 seed there, Gonzaga and Arkansas. Over to mine. Now, I obviously would think they're going to play Memphis. I think Memphis can run with them for a while. I really do. It's going to be a totally different style game, whether they play Memphis or Boise State, right? Boise State's going to want to slow it down. I think Memphis will say, let's run, boys. I don't think they're good enough to beat them, though. I think Gonzaga gets the job done. I just think there's a little bit too much talent there. This Arkansas team, I really like them. I've liked them all year. Sorry, Razorbacks. I think it's a really tough matchup. I've liked UConn, especially the last part of the season. I've got UConn and I've got Gonzaga as that Sweet 16 game there in the West. All right, let's move on to the next two. I'll flip it back to your bracket here. Rutgers, Notre Dame. We both think it's going to be Notre Dame. They're going to show up against Texas Tech. This is a team they can beat. Can they pull the upset? Will one of these 11 seeds get to the Sweet 16?
I'm going with the Red Raiders. I think they're tough. I think they're too tough. The thing about Notre Dame, they kind of faltered down the stretch. They didn't play as well. And the ACC, according to all the experts, is weak. So I'm going to go with Texas Tech.
All right, Texas Tech for you. And we got a lot of comments here about, let's see, where was that? Tom Izzo, Coach K, they definitely set it up for this to happen. We both think it is going to happen. JL says, as long as one of them is losing his mind and acting like a 5-year-old, I'm down with the Michigan State Duke game. All right, here we go. Who do you like? Michigan State and Duke. Izzo versus Coach K one last time.
Well, I don't give a shit that Izzo and Coach K are playing.
I don't either.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of both of them.
Yeah.
And, I really don't. And so that part of it, I could care less. Tournament committee, you didn't do anything for me. I know you didn't ask me. But anyway, I'm not high on Michigan State. I'm not high on Duke either. This could go either way. I'm just going to go with Duke.
Going to go with Duke and a formful 1-4 versus 2-3 there in the West for you. For me, I will take Texas Tech. I'm with you. I just think they ugly it up. I'm going Michigan State to beat Duke. And I'm with you. I'm not high on Michigan State, but I am less high on Duke. I do not like this team whatsoever. I think Michigan State uglies up the game. I think they play a tough brand of basketball. I think Michigan State is on to the Sweet 16 to take on Texas Tech. All right, back now to the Sweet 16 games. Gonzaga and Arkansas for you. Who's advancing here?
I don't care. Jason says Coach K is on the other line. I heard his feelings. I guarantee you Coach K is not on the other line. But anyway, okay. If it gets to this point, Gonzaga and Arkansas, here's what I don't like about Arkansas. I just don't think they'll think they can beat Gonzaga.
Mm-hmm.
I really just don't think I don't think they're quite sold on the fact they're pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go Gonzaga to beat them. I think if Gonzaga gets here, they can start playing a little bit freer. That's where you see these number one seeds. If they can get through those first couple of games, they start playing a little bit better. Those first two are hard to get going in. So I'm going to take them to beat the Razorbacks.
Gonzaga over the Razorbacks, and then Texas Tech and Duke is the other game. Who do we like here?
I'm going to go with the Red Raiders.
The Red Raiders over Duke. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And so we go back to mine. I'm going to go Gonzaga over UConn. I don't think UConn's good enough to beat them. I think it's really just as simple as that. Gonzaga will have to have an off night. And as far as who's going to play for this Elite Eight, I've got the Red Raiders as well, beating Michigan State in probably the ugliest basketball game of all time. If Texas Tech and Michigan State match up, that'll be 48-47 probably. So we picked different ways to get there, but we've got the Red Raiders and the Bulldogs here in the Elite Eight. Who's going to the Final Four out of the West for you?
Well, I think as we go through this, this bracket is not very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
I think this is one of the weaker regions. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's got probably the weakest number 2 seed in it.
No question.
I think you can argue that Texas Tech is the weakest number 3 seed.
No question.
Now, I think Arkansas is a strong 4 and Connecticut's a strong 5. So the top of the bracket to me is a lot stronger than the bottom. So I just think Gonzaga will win. I don't think Tech can beat Gonzaga. I think the champion, the Gonzaga Arkansas or Gonzaga UConn game is the big game in this region. I really do.
I think you're right. I'm with you 100%. And I think, a team like Boise or Memphis could give them problems. UConn, Arkansas could give them problems. Mm-hmm. Duke, Texas Tech, Michigan State. I don't see them giving Gonzaga problems. So foreshadowing there, I'm taking Gonzaga out of that as well. But I'm with you. I think these second and third round games for Gonzaga, they're going to be nail biters, I'm afraid.
I do too.
But I do think they get it done. All right, let's move on and let's go to the East region now. This was a region neither one of us really liked on the draw show. We didn't think it was too strong. But we'll start off Baylor, Norfolk State. I think we know where you're going there.
Yeah, I'll go with Baylor, but I'm not high on them. I think they're a pitiful number 1 seed.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll see what happens.
By the way, again, further emphasizing why we have conference tournaments. I saw the AP top 25 after the conference tournaments, and they're number 4. And they didn't win a game in the Big 12 conference.
Yeah,
I just don't understand that. I just
went in as number 3 as well. Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? I mean,
I know
it is what it is at this point. The 8-9 game's a classic, I think. North Carolina and Marquette. It's going to be a close one. Who do you like here?
Well, I like either team. This is what these 8-9s are all about. They're the hardest ones to get, I think. Mm-hmm. Carolina, when they're playing well, is pretty good. Marquette, again, comes from that Big East. They're nails. They're tough. I don't think North Carolina is. I think they're soft. And any team that Brady Manick can play on and be a star is not real good. So that's a reference to Oklahoma. He wasn't very good. Now, I know he's playing pretty well there, but I'm going Marquette.
You got the Baylor-Marquette matchup. And then, let's see. Where am I? Here we go. Now, I'm going to take Baylor as well. I'll take North Carolina. Marquette really struggled down the end of the season there. So I'll go ahead and take North Carolina to play the Baylor Bears in the second round. All right. Next up, St. Mary's and Indiana. Indiana won the play-in game last night over Wyoming. What do you think? Does Indiana win another one in this spot?
This is a difficult one for me. Usually a 12 will beat a 5. Mm-hmm. It happens almost every year. This could be the one. I think St. Mary's and San Francisco are riding into this tournament on Gonzaga's coattails. In other words, if they played in another conference, I'm not sure St. Mary's may be in, but a 5, I'm not sure they're a 5. And I don't think San Francisco, if they played in the MAC or somewhere like that, I don't think they'd be in the tournament.
Right.
Having said that, I was not very impressed with Indiana last night, but they are a tournament type team. I am going to pick an upset and go with Indiana.
You're going to go with the Hoosiers, and then UCLA taking on Akron in the first round. Who you got in that one?
This is another team that UCLA better be ready for. Mm-hmm. I've preached all year, the MAC is tough. They had 4 teams that won over 23 games, and they had another team that won 19. So 5 of their conference members won 19 or more games. Akron's won 8 in a row. They won that tournament by beating some very good teams to get there.
Mhm.
They're on a roll, and they are going to come into this ready to go. UCLA doesn't beat teams very bad. I think they will come through and win, but I think this one's going to be close. So I'm going to go UCLA.
So UCLA could get a scare in the first round, according to
I
Papa
think
Dude,
so.
but they do get the job done. I'm totally with you. Indiana, I'm not sold on St. Mary's or San Francisco, either one. I think Indiana's playing too good. I like that. Listen, they weren't impressive, but it's Dayton, Ohio on a Tuesday night. You just have to win.
They won.
So they did it, and then I got UCLA as well. I don't think that'll be much of a game, so I'm different.
You're going to be surprised.
I might be, but I did definitely think UCLA gets the job done there. So we're pretty similar, and now let's go down to the kind of the bottom half of it here. Texas and Virginia Tech. Who do we like here?
Well, I don't like Texas at all. I do not like them. Virginia Tech is playing great. If they can keep this up, Virginia Tech was highly thought of at the beginning of the season in the ACC, and they really struggled. They have talent, and they kicked it in down the stretch. And I don't like Texas much at all. So I'm picking another upset. I'm going Va Tech.
Virginia Tech, like I said, played very well in the ACC tournament and won it. All right, Purdue takes on Yale. Is there an upset here, or is this an easy one for the Boilermakers?
Well, if this was a trial, a trial,
they'd be in trouble.
Purdue lawyers, no offense, Purdue lawyers against Yale lawyers, I'd have to pick Yale, but I can't. I tweeted out Sunday after they won, and I didn't figure they had more than 6 fans that had ever shot a basketball, probably. And they said they were going to the big dance. I thought they might think they were going to the Kennedy Center for some kind of a formal affair. But anyway, they're in it. They beat a good Princeton team, but no, Purdue's going to win.
Got Purdue and flip it over to mine. I picked the upset, Virginia Tech as well. Texas is not great, and I think Virginia Tech, if they can kind of keep that kind of roll that they've been on, I think they're going to win it. I don't think it'll be that close. And then Purdue for me. I couldn't go with Yale. I did watch that game where Yale won the conference championship, but it wasn't enough for me to put them over the top.
No.
So, all right, we're pretty similar again with those. All right, now Murray State and San Francisco. Murray State's a team we've really liked all year. I'm assuming you're going to go with Murray State here.
Well, a lot of people are picking Murray State to go a long way. Here's the thing about this mid-major. They're not going to sneak up on anybody. And that's what mid-majors have to do. They have to sneak up on people. This team's ranked and has been for 4 or 5 weeks. So when you get ready to play them, you know who they are. And that makes a difference. They've won 30 games. I love them. I have followed them, and I really respect them. But I don't know who they've played. And I'm not high on their schedule that they've played and their conference. So I'm a little leery of them. I hope they go a long way because I want to watch them. They're going to beat San Francisco, though. So I got Murray State winning the first round.
Murray State beating San Francisco, and then Kentucky plays Magic's favorite team, St. Peter's. All right, who do we like? Kentucky.
So he likes St. Peter's, and he likes Morehead State.
That's right. Yes.
Right. For obvious reasons, but anyway, I don't give the Peacocks. How you like that? The St. Peter's Peacocks.
That's right.
Dude, that fits right in there.
His favorite animal, the peacock.
Yeah. So I don't give him any chance. Kentucky all the way.
Yeah, Kentucky. And listen, so Russ made a comment here. Everyone and their mama is on Murray State. This one really scares me because when these type of teams, everybody's on them, that's when they get beat.
That's right.
I picked Murray State, but I'm not going to be shocked at all if San Francisco beats them. But we've talked about Murray State on the show so much. I couldn't go against them. And of course, St. Peter's is going to lose to Kentucky. Magic also likes Oral Roberts as well. So he's a fan of mini basketball teams. All right, let's go into the second round here of the East Division. Baylor and Marquette. This is a very interesting matchup.
It is.
Who do we got?
Well, and you've got North Carolina and Baylor, which is very interesting too. I think that's telling us we're not real high on Baylor. Maybe because we've seen them a lot, and we're not real high on the Big 12, and a lot of people are.
Yeah.
I think they get by this round game, but I think it's going to be tough. So I picked them to go to the next round.
All right, Baylor over Marquette. And then the all-time uniform game, Indiana and UCLA. Yep. It's going to look really good out there on the court together if that's the matchup.
Yep.
Who's winning it, though? Who's winning the game?
I think this will be the end to Indiana's run. I think the Bruins will get them. So I'm going UCLA.
The Bruins and the Bears there. Well, hell, like, that's kind of both Bears. Isn't that interesting? If I had any guts, I'd pick North Carolina, but I don't. I'm gutless. So I picked Baylor. I really think Baylor's going to go out, but I don't know. It's just the problem with these brackets, whether you pick, if you pick North Carolina and you pick them to win 2, but they're also a team that could very easily lose in the first round and then you miss 2. So I couldn't do it. I went Baylor.
You do have to be kind of conservative on your second round games, right?
I think that's good advice. Yeah, because if you, like I said, if you pick a team and you pick them to go 2 or 3 rounds and they could lose in that first round, that's when it gets dicey. So I went UCLA as well. I just think I like this team. They've got all 5 starters back. I don't know. I just think tournament tested, they'll be tough in that spot. They'll beat Indiana. All right, so Virginia Tech and Purdue. That's the next game in the East here. What do you think about that one?
Hell, every time I get on the Purdue bandwagon, they get beat, but they're pretty solid. And it seems like they can't win that big one. I think the way in the article I wrote about them, they're very good. They can't get to great, if that makes any sense. But I think they win this one. It's down the road. They got to win one to get to the great. So I think they go ahead and take down Virginia Tech in this one. I like Purdue a lot. I think they're very talented. So I'm going to go with talent in this one.
Okay. And then what about this Murray State Kentucky game? Will we see an upset here?
Well, I think Dennis probably can help us a little bit more on this, but I have to assume I keep calling Missouri State. Murray State hates Kentucky. I have a feeling Kentucky refuses to play them probably, and I wouldn't play them either if I was Kentucky, because that's one of those things. Well, what the hell do you want to play a team like them that can beat you? What do you got to lose, win if you do beat them? So that's just the way life is. But I have a feeling the committee set this up for this Murray State Kentucky game, and I can't wait to watch it if it gets there too. Kentucky, I think, has too much, and I think that'll be the end of Murray State's dream season.
I'm with you. I picked Kentucky as well, and I also picked Purdue. I just think they're just a little bit better. So very formful bracket for me and for you both. We both got the same ones here. I don't know, though. I think things are getting ready to get shook up a little bit in the Sweet 16. Let's go to it now. You've got Baylor and UCLA right here. What do you think about this one?
Okay, I'm going to go against form on this one. I think you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about UCLA. They made a deep run last year. They've got all those guys back. Baylor is a little too inconsistent for me. They got a lot of different players from a year ago. So I'm going to go with the Bruins to defeat the Bears.
All right. You're going to go with the Bruins. And then that Purdue-Kentucky game, who do we like here?
This is the one where you got to go from very good to great. They haven't done it all year. So I'm going to go with the Wildcats.
Wildcats and the Bruins, and guess what? Wildcats and the Bruins. For me, I'm with you. I think Purdue. I think they're probably good enough to pull the mild upset there, but I think Kentucky is going to be just a little too good, and I totally think UCLA buries the Bears. I think Baylor's done right there. I really like UCLA to beat them. So, all right, we'll go. Now we both have the same ones here: UCLA and Kentucky. Who do we like?
I like them both. You have any idea where this is played? I didn't even look that up.
It's in the East somewhere.
Oh, okay. All right. That's not going to favor UCLA. That's good enough for me. I have Kentucky to win.
All right. Well, we're very similar with this bracket. I took Kentucky over UCLA as well. I just feel like Kentucky is going to turn it on for this tournament. They usually do. I'll take the Wildcats as well.
And Aaron, when you get to a bracket or a region where the number one seed isn't who you like, you end up, not picking them. If you're like me, you're not real high on your pick there. I'm not real high on Kentucky. I'm really not. I just think they'll get it done.
I'm pretty high on UCLA, Kentucky getting to that game, and then it gets a little dicey. I think Kentucky's going to beat Purdue. I would say I'm pretty high on Kentucky, UCLA. It's a toss-up, that game. That's
I didn't spend a lot of time on the Kentucky Purdue game because as I said, I've just not seen Purdue be able to get to great.
Yeah,
very good, but they can't get to great. So
yeah,
that's why I took the Wildcats.
And I almost picked Virginia Tech right here to beat Purdue in this second round.
I did too. It wouldn't surprise me.
I couldn't quite get there. I've seen Virginia Tech play bad too many times. ACC hasn't been great.
Right.
And, Matt, to Magic's comment, it's surprised, that we have Purdue going this far. I mean, we're talking about Purdue's got to beat Yale.
Yeah.
And then they got to beat Texas or Virginia Tech. Like, they got a pretty good draw to get to the Sweet 16.
And Curtis, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, stay tuned, Curtis. Jeez. All right, now let's go.
No, there's more to come.
Yeah, there's more to come. Jeez.
All right, when it comes to the Big Ten.
Yeah, come on, Magic. All right, so Arizona is going to take on Wright State and Bryant, and I think we're going to go Arizona.
Yeah, click the Arizona for me, please.
Okay, Seton Hall, TCU. That's what's up next year.
Another
barn burner.
Yeah, this will be like 52-51.
Probably,
and it's just a toss of the coin. Which one has 52 and which one has 51? And I'm going to go with Seton Hall.
I'm the same. I'm going to go with Arizona, and I'm going to go with Seton Hall. I just don't like that TCU team. I've seen them a lot. I don't know. I don't think they're great. I think Seton Hall is tougher.
I think they're very well coached, the
yes.
TCU team. I think the guy does Jamie Dixon, who was at Pitt for years, should have stayed at Pitt. But Pitt hadn't been worth a crap since he left. I think he is a very, very good coach.
Yes. I definitely agree. Dennis says if you combine Wright State and Bryant, I'd still take Arizona.
Yeah, and you could throw Longwood in there too.
That's right. Yes, for sure, for sure. Another one of Magic's favorite colleges, Longwood. All right, so let's go. Or is that Slim's favorite, Magic? All right, let's go to the Houston UAB matchup. This one, I don't know. I think this could have upset written all over it. It's
I'm scared to death.
What do you think?
I'm scared to death. This is my team. I love Houston.
Yeah.
I love their coach. He's, in my opinion, he's top 3 in the country. Certain Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. This is a team that could beat you. UAB is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And
they've been good for years. So I don't think they've been in the tournament for a while, but they're usually pretty good. And I guarantee you Kelvin Sampson of Houston scared to death of this game. I think this was a tough team for them to draw.
Yeah.
And I think they got a tough seed too.
Yeah.
To me, this bracket is far and away the toughest, or this region is far and away the toughest. I'm picking Houston because I love them. And so I got to pick them, but I'm scared to death.
As Dave says, Houston, we have a problem. We'll see. Papa Dude's going to pick Houston, but that has upset written all over it in my book. All right, let's move on, though. Illinois and Chattanooga. This is another one. I think it's got upset written all over it. But what do you think? Who'd you go with here?
Well, it does. This is one of those mid-major teams that probably no one is going to pick, that will come out of nowhere and pull off a couple of wins. And Illinois is the type of team that they can beat. They aren't that good. I mean, they're obviously they're good, but they're beatable. So again, this is a real toughie. Chattanooga's 27-7. I just keep harking back to their tournament championship games. They shouldn't even be in it. They hit one from half court to win.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Illinois just because of that.
All right, Illinois and Houston. Well, this is where we differ, my friend. I'm taking UAB to beat Houston. I don't think Houston's anywhere near what they were last year. I think UAB sneaks up on them and beats them. I hope they don't, but I think they do. Chattanooga for
Yes,
me,
right.
big upset, upset right there.
That's
I like 'em.
that's good. That's good. You're going to miss one of them, but I'm not going to tell you which one. But
I got the 12 versus 13, UAB and Chattanooga. I think Chattanooga gets it done.
well, see, you're a cinch then to have a long shot into the Sweet 16.
That's right. That's right. Vinny says, and again, when these teams get put on upset alert, that's usually when they come out and play well, right? So
It's true.
it's the ones that sneak up on you, like Yale beating Purdue, where it's like, oh my God, I can't believe that. So they could come out and play strong. I'm still thinking UAB. All right, here we go. Colorado State and Michigan, Papa Dude's favorite team. Mark said it early. If Michigan beats CSU, then America loses. Who do we like here?
Well, that's a pretty good statement, Mark. What did Juwan Howard hit one of the players? Is that why they lost somebody? Get mad at him. I'm not picking Michigan. I don't care if they were playing a JV team. I'm not picking them. I don't want to root for them. So they shouldn't be in this damn tournament. This should be Boise State they're playing, and I guarantee you they would beat them. I'm not sure about Colorado State, but I'm not picking Michigan, so I'm going Colorado State.
And people are chiming in, Dennis and JL saying, Michigan is a 1.5 point favorite in this spot. JL saying, hey, plus money on Colorado State money line. Unbelievable. And Tom Brady could have been the turning point, Dave says, to get Michigan. But you're going to pick Colorado State. All right. Tennessee and Longwood, home of Saratoga Slim. Who are we going with, Tennessee or Longwood here?
Well, despite that, go ahead and put a check mark by Tennessee.
Yeah, I think everybody's picking Tennessee there. Listen, I can't stand Michigan winning a game in this tournament. I'm going Colorado State, and I will go Tennessee as well. All right, final one for our final two games in the first round here of the South. Ohio State, Loyola, Chicago. This is another one. I think a lot of people are picking an upset here. How about you?
Ohio State at number 7 is another joke. 19-11 team, couldn't win a game in the Big Ten tournament. I think they lost to Penn State, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's who beat them. Penn State's awful. That wasn't a football game either. I didn't even hesitate, and I'm not real high on Loyola, but I'm going with them.
All right, going Loyola.
I wish Porter Moser was still the coach there, though. That would make even more.
I think that's a fair worry for sure. But you are going to go Loyola. I'm with you. I think Loyola will get it done there as well. I'll go ahead and just put them there because I hate Ohio State. And then I think we're both going to go Villanova to beat the Blue Hens of Delaware, right?
Yes.
Okay, so put them on there. All right, let's go to the next round of games here. Arizona takes on Seton Hall for you.
This is a potential tough game because Seton Hall can keep it close. They play slow. Arizona's going to have to get the tempo. They're going to have to hit shots, which they can do. So I didn't think about this too long because I think Arizona is just too good for them.
Plenty of Sister Jean fans in the chat right now. They're very happy that she's back in the tournament as you went with Arizona.
I could care less about Sister Jean.
Where the hell is Longwood? I don't know the answer to that. Do you?
Boy. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Do you know what? Weren't they in like the big? I'm wanting to say Tennessee, but I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't even know what conference they were in. Really?
No, I've never heard of Longwood until this tournament.
That's true.
So
how about Bryant? You ever heard of Bryant?
I had heard of Bryant, but I thought it was Bryant the individual, I should say, not the college.
Yeah. So. Do you know where that's at? Bryant. You know where Bryant is?
Not Googling where to find Longwood.
Farmville, Virginia.
Farmville, Virginia. Is that real, Mark? That's where Longwood's at? Wow.
You're kidding.
Yeah, you can don't search that on the company computer, Magic. Yes, thank you for not doing that. Pull out your
Oh,
old laptop. That's what you use that for anyway, Magic. So pull that up. All
look
right,
up
Houston
look up
and
where
Illinois.
Bryant is too.
You can look up where Bryant is on the work computer, Magic. All right,
Yeah.
Houston and Illinois. Pick this one, and we'll find out where Bryant is.
If Houston gets past that first one, I think they're going to get past the second one. So I'm going Houston.
All right, Houston, not a homer pick at all there. All right, for me, Arizona beats Seton Hall fairly easily. I'm going with my boys, the Mocs from Chattanooga. I think they beat UAB, and I think they're a 13 seed in the Sweet 16. Arizona, Chattanooga in the Sweet 16. That's my matchup. So, all right, let's move back. Colorado State, Tennessee. A lot of people love Tennessee. Do they get upset here?
Add me to the total. I'm going Tennessee.
Tennessee, and then Loyola, Chicago, and Villanova. Who you got here?
End of the road for Sister Jean. I'm going Villanova.
Okay, so you got Tennessee, Villanova. I have exactly the same. I got to be honest, I didn't really take but about 2 seconds to figure those out. I'm very high on both these teams. I wish they were not playing in the Sweet 16. So, all right, let's move back. Arizona and Houston. Are you going to go with Kelvin Sampson again here?
I'm tempted. These are the games he wins, right? Remember at Oklahoma, if he could get this far, we were going to win. These are the teams or the games he gets his team ready to go. The problem is he doesn't have the talent that Arizona has. So I'm going with the Wildcats.
Okay, with the Wildcats, JL says Papa Dude hates the Big 10, Big 12, SEC, Sister Jean, Duke, Michigan State. Someone give the man a hug.
Okay, hang on. I don't hate Sister Jean. I just get sick of seeing her, you know? And I'm not sure she's a sister. She could be an old lady just dressed up, you know? No, come on, think about that. Hey, I'm going to go down and act like I'm a nun. They'll never know the difference. Let's just see how stupid we can make these people look like. Kind of.
Well,
okay, it was fun for a while. It's stuff now. I do hate Juwan Howard. Yes,
I didn't. Sister Jean is just another Jersey chaser.
That's right. I'm glad, JL. I don't know who the hell you are, but I'm glad you think like I do.
Well, making fun of an old nun is not what I thought I would hear today, but I don't hate it. So.
We don't know she's a nun. We don't know that. Do they have like a tattoo
I don't know.
on their like their butt? I think that okay, new rule. Nuns must have a tattoo on their butt to verify they're a nun.
Magic, will you Google search on the company computer, does a nun have a tattoo, and see what comes up? All right, let's move on to Tennessee and Villanova. Report back,
hey,
Magic.
You need to put that one on Twitter. Who are we talking to? Magic. You need to get that on there.
No, don't do that. But just Google search it for us, Magic. All right, Tennessee and Villanova.
Dave says no, they don't. How do you know that, Dave?
Tramp stamp.
Are you a priest, Dave?
Okay, Tennessee. We got a long way to go. Tennessee and Villanova.
No, we don't.
Tennessee, Villanova. Who you like here?
Oh, now this is the one that I thought was the hardest for me to pick. I just went round and around. I can make a case for either one of them. I finally settled on Villanova simply because they are a basketball school and Tennessee traditionally is not, except in girls, in women's. That's the only thing I could go with because sometimes the basketball school can beat a school that doesn't get this far very often. I love them both. So I went with Villanova.
All right, Villanova for you.
It's based on the church, whether they can have them.
Supposedly that's a thing. So I don't know. Vinny, tune in more often. This is all we do usually. So we lasted 45 minutes today. Not bad. All right, I'm going to take out.
No, that was about the 42-minute mark.
That's true. All right, yeah, the technicality. All right, I'm going to take Arizona. I think that the Mocs run is over. I'm going to take Tennessee. I think they're coming in hot, and I think they get the job done over Villanova, but I didn't think it's going to be close. All right, Arizona, Villanova. Who's going to the Final Four out of this region for you?
Oh, this will be a classic game, and I'm not sure it wouldn't be like national championship caliber right here, because these idiots have stacked this side of the bracket or this is a tough region because you can make a case for Arizona, Tennessee, and Villanova to all win the national championship.
I think any of those three teams you just listed would win the next region that we're going to talk about.
Oh, well, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Because here, I think arguably you have the best two in this region. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
And definitely the best three.
Yes.
And you probably got the best one.
It's very debatable, but yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's the second best one for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
And I think if you're pushed to shove, I think Arizona, you would pick them over Gonzaga. You're probably going to for the national championship, maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
I'm going Villanova.
You're going to have Villanova upsetting Arizona, and I'm going to have Arizona beating Tennessee. So we are different in the who's going to come out of that. You've got Villanova, I've got Arizona, and I am 100% with JL. I wish Tennessee did not draw Arizona's bracket.
Absolutely.
I really do. I hate that. So, all right, speaking of that, final one, and this is the one I had the most trouble with. I'll just say that right off the bat. I absolutely hate this Midwest bracket. It sucks. All right, Kansas and Texas Southern. You're going Kansas there, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go Kansas. I think they'll squeak that one out.
Okay, and then you never know. How about San Diego State and Creighton?
Oh God, another 8-9.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a case for either one of them. I'm going to go with the Big East. Creighton, they got all the way to the finals of that tournament. They're playing really, really well. I'm going to take them, but this could go either way.
All right, and I'm going to do the same. I will take Kansas, and then I will take Creighton as well. I am a big fan of the Jays. I think they could beat Kansas. Tune in or keep tuning in, and we'll find out if I actually had the balls to pick Creighton. All right. Iowa and Richmond. What do you think about this one?
This is a toughie for the Hawkeyes. I really like watching them play. Richmond played great in the Atlantic 10 tournament, which is another league that got screwed. That they're pretty good. That conference is tough. But I'm going to go with the Hawkeyes. I think they're a little bit better than Richmond. I think Richmond got on a roll, and I just don't think they can continue. Now, if they had a better draw, but Iowa as a 5, are you kidding me? They should be up at least a 3, and they're a 5. So I'm going with Iowa.
Iowa, and then everybody's favorite upset here, South Dakota State. Can they beat Providence? Who do you like here?
This one really pisses me off too, because I like both teams a lot. I'm going to have to root for one over the other. Again, what does this show us? It shows us, here's what I found this morning. I was looking at the lines. Providence is a 2-point favorite.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 4 against a 13, and it's a 2-point favorite. So what's it show us? The committee has no respect for South Dakota State, but Vegas does. So the committee totally screwed South Dakota State. They should have been an at-large if they didn't win the tournament. God, I want to pick them so bad because I don't think Providence is playing very well. Go ahead and stick South Dakota State in there.
South Dakota State. All right. And I'm going to take Iowa, and I'm taking South Dakota State as well. I think they beat Providence. I've liked them. We've liked them, but I'm with you. It's a pretty tough draw. Providence has won a lot of close games. The bubble may burst. We're both taking the Jackrabbits to beat them. All right. LSU, Iowa State. I don't think either one of us really like Iowa State, but LSU's not great either. Who do we like here?
Well, and the thing we don't know about LSU is what's going on down there. Are the players paying any attention to the other junk? Probably not. So I think they're better than Iowa State. So I've got to go with LSU.
All right, you're going to go LSU, and then Wisconsin and Colgate. Colgate gave Arkansas a lot of trouble last year. What about this year with Wisconsin?
The game is in Milwaukee. And so, I think that's a big advantage for Wisconsin these first 2 rounds. So I'm going with the Badgers.
All right, the Badgers there, and I really don't like Iowa State at all this year. I don't think they got hot early, and they have really stumbled lately. So I'm going to take LSU, and I'm definitely taking Wisconsin in that spot as well. I think they'll be tough. All right, last two games here in the Midwest: USC, Miami. I hate both of them. Who do you like in this one?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I do think USC is seated pretty low as a 7. So I'm going to go with USC to defeat Miami.
All right, USC to defeat Miami there, and then Auburn and Jacksonville State. We don't love Auburn, but we do like them to beat Jacksonville State, correct? Okay.
Definitely.
I took USC as well. I think they're a little bit better than Miami, and obviously I took Auburn. All right, Kansas Creighton. This has upset written all over it.
It does.
I think it can get close. What do you think? Who do you like here?
I would think Creighton is in Omaha, which is not very far from Lawrence. I got a feeling Creighton doesn't care much for Kansas. I don't remember them playing each other very often. I have a feeling Creighton has asked Kansas to play him a few times. Kansas has probably said, no.
Right.
And I don't blame him. I don't have the guts to pick Creighton, but it won't surprise me. This is a tough game for Kansas to get by. These are the ones they lose.
Yep.
But I'm going to go with the Jayhawks.
I think that's going to be a very interesting game indeed. All right, then Iowa takes on South Dakota State. Who do you like here?
You know, I shouldn't have picked this because these are two of my favorites right here. I think Iowa right now is playing as well as anybody, so I'm taking them over the Jackrabbits.
All right, so Iowa and Kansas, and that'll be a hell of a game, hell of a matchup. I'll take the Jayhawks. I was set to pick Creighton, but I thought about it, and I thought, well, gosh, Kansas played pretty well in that Big 12 tournament.
They really did. You're right.
I think they're ready to make a little bit deeper of a run than I originally thought about this team. So I'll take the Jayhawks. I don't think the Jackrabbits win 2 here. I will take Iowa in this spot as well. So we both have Iowa and Kansas. And then we'll go to the last two here, Wisconsin and LSU. Who we got here?
LSU is capable of beating them, no doubt. But it's in Milwaukee, so I'm going with Wisconsin.
And then USC and Auburn. Can USC pull the upset here?
Yes, I'm going USC into the line for you, Bruce Pearl. I don't want to see you again. And I hope to hell, and I know it's going to happen. Once he gets his ass beat, he's going to be on one of those pregame, postgame shows because he's all mouth, and they love that.
Pedlo chimes in.
I will be turning the sound off.
Pedlo chimes in and says, Boomer, that's right, NIT champs. That's what we're going for. We're into the Sweet 16, Pedlo, of the NIT, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to go Wisconsin to win over LSU. I think they're just a better team. I will take Auburn to beat USC, though. So I think Auburn gets the job done there. We'll see. All right, Kansas and Iowa. Who we like?
50 times I have looked at this. 25 times I put one team and 25 times I put the other. Last night I had Iowa. Okay. Today at about 9:30 I had Kansas. At about 10:30 I had Iowa. You just talked me into taking Kansas. So I'm going to pick Kansas to knock off the Hawkeyes because I just think Iowa it relies too much on good outside shooting, and sometimes that gets you beat. So I'm going to go ahead and be safe and take Kansas.
All right, going to take the Jayhawks to beat Iowa, and now Wisconsin and USC.
Don't like either one of them. I think Wisconsin is a little better than USC. USC is a football school, so I'm going to go that angle again. Wisconsin plays pretty well in this tournament, so I'm going to go with Wisconsin.
All right, you're going to go Wisconsin. I'm going to go the Jayhawks, and I'm going to say Wisconsin ends Bruce Pearl's run. They're in the Sweet 16. I think Wisconsin gets the job done. I think that's when coaching really will come into play. I really like Wisconsin to beat Auburn in that spot. Okay, final game, Kansas and Wisconsin. We both have the same ones here. Who are you taking?
Well, Kansas beats me every year. If they get this far, they're better than Wisconsin. So I'm going to take Kansas.
You're going to take Kansas, and I can't believe I'm doing it. I'm taking the Badgers. I think the Badgers will get it done here. I don't love them, but I think they're going to beat Kansas. I've seen Kansas get in this position too many times and get beat. So I'm going to take Wisconsin to beat Kansas. All right, we're on to the Final Four, and I'll put it to you first. We each have Gonzaga and Kentucky as the first game of that Final Four. All right, who are we taking here?
Oh, God. You know what? I haven't even thought of these. I guess I should have, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I had enough trouble getting to the final 4 teams there. Gonzaga and Kentucky. This comes down to, you believe Gonzaga is good enough to win the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down to. I've seen them play quite a bit. Now, as I've said many times, I was coaching the last 4 years, and I didn't get to watch very much college basketball because I never was home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not real impressed with Gonzaga, so I'm going to go Kentucky. I just don't think Gonzaga is as good as they were last year, and they didn't win it. So I'm going to go with Kentucky.
So you're going to go with Kentucky to beat Gonzaga. So Kentucky into the championship game. I went the opposite. I went Gonzaga. I don't know. I still think they're pretty darn good. I think Kentucky could definitely beat them, though. There's no question. But I think Gonzaga gets the job done over the Wildcats. All right. And then on the other side, Villanova and Kansas. Who you taking here?
Well, I mean, this is another toughie. 2 very similar teams. I like both coaches a lot. I'm going to take Villanova.
Take Villanova. So you've got 2 seeds, Villanova and Kentucky. 2 seeds in the final game. I had Gonzaga, and then I picked Arizona. So I've got 2 1 seeds in the final game. So Villanova, Kentucky, who's winning the national championship on your bracket?
You know, I don't like my Final Four at all. I really don't.
Well, too bad.
Don't forget, this is not my official bracket. I've got until about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning to wrestle this around some more. So who we got? Who do I have here?
Villanova and Kentucky.
I don't think Kentucky can beat Villanova, so I'm going with the Wildcats.
Villanova is your national champion. So there you go.
As of whatever time it is right now.
As of 1 o'clock Central Time on Wednesday.
Right.
Villanova, your national champion. Papa Dude needs another hug. Russ says he doesn't like his. Sydney said he doesn't like, or she doesn't like hers either. So nobody likes her bracket.
It's hard this year. It really is.
Arizona beats Gonzaga 72-71. There you go. I've got the Wildcats winning this thing. I've liked Arizona since we really started covering this. So I'm going to go Arizona to beat Gonzaga in the final game.
You know, I don't hate that at all. And if Arizona was in any bracket or any region, I just think they got the shaft. They're going to have to play great to get out of that. They really are.
Yep.
So.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. You got Villanova and Tennessee right there. They're going to have to earn their way. But I think they're good enough. I think they're good enough. JL says, if you like your bracket, you have absolutely no shot. That's how this works. So, like I said, Arizona for me, Villanova for Papa Dude. We did it. We went through the whole thing. I like the format of that. That was fun.
That was really fun. And I'll tell you, my wife filled out a bracket for the first time in her life.
Really?
Yes. How can you be that old and never filled out a bracket?
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Sorry, she's not that old. But anyway, I mean, it's she didn't do bad either.
Wow.
Yeah.
Heather filled one out. Let me see if I know her login. I could try to find.
Hey, Sandy, who'd you pick?
Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's your national champ? Oh, she's got Duke.
Duke. No, I don't like that.
Well, that's because she heard of Duke.
Let me see here. I believe Heather did fill one out. Yes, Heather is in the contest. We'll release her bracket when it becomes available to the public. I don't think I can see it. Yeah, I can't see it, but she did fill it out. I don't remember who she picked. By the way, if you want to play the bracket challenge with us, it looks like we've got Mrs. Magic has a bracket as well.
Oh boy,
we see Dennis there. We've got about 62 people, I think, right now. If you want to play, go on Twitter, go on our Twitter page, and there's a link where you can sign up and play. I think a lot of the people that are in the chat today, I've seen. I think Sydney, I've seen as well. Russ, I've seen you in there as well. So yeah, there's a ton of us in. I think we're about 60 people right now. Let's try to get to 100. Let's have a fun time there. And
Tell your friends.
Yes, and anybody, it's free to join. Winner gets a prize pack. Magic says Mrs. Magic picking as we speak. So yeah, Russ says as long as he doesn't get last. Dennis says he waited to fill his bracket out till the show. Well, sure, there you go.
Well, good luck there, Dennis.
I have some breaking news about the Baker Mayfield situation and the Kyler Murray situation, but Mark asked an important question.
That's right.
Which Mrs. Magic is it? Is it the wife or the side chick, or is it the ex Magic?
Wouldn't the side chick be Miss Magic?
Well, she could be married.
Okay.
Well, but not to Magic.
That's right.
It would be Mrs. somebody else. Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say this is the wife.
Let's see. Okay.
I was guessing.
Listen, I'm looking at my phone for updates after I've researched this Baker Mayfield situation.
I'm wanting to hear this.
Okay, so yeah, we'll end the show with this, the breaking news that I have found out about. Okay, so I know who's to blame for this situation. If you haven't been following, Baker Mayfield looks like he's out of Cleveland, right?
Which
he wrote a big letter on Twitter, and he doesn't even know that he's out yet. All right, he's acting like an idiot.
Why did he do that?
Because he's an idiot. He's acting like a big baby. I'm sorry. Kyler Murray acting like a total asshole. Total. I love him. He's acting like a prick to Arizona. Baker acting like just a whiny little baby right now.
Did you get this from Lincoln Riley, maybe?
There it is. These are two guys that never acted like this. We have somebody to blame, and it's Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley is to blame for the downfall of Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield. Because think of it like this. Jalen Hurts, stand-up guy, acts great all the time, never whines, always his fault. Hey, we lost, my fault. Well, he only had 1 year with Lincoln Riley. The rest of the time he was with Nick Saban. He was ready mentally. Lincoln Riley, it's his fault that they're acting like this.
Boy.
Another one, Spencer Rattler.
Oh, God, yes.
Lincoln Riley protege.
Well, throw in Williams. Throw in Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, look at how he acted. Lincoln Riley is to blame for the problems that are happening right now. Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, I've researched it. I've made some phone calls. Lincoln Riley, that's the problem with these quarterbacks right now.
That makes perfect sense.
It's the only thing that does.
It makes perfect sense.
It's the only thing that does.
Look at our past quarterbacks when Stoops was there. All of them stand-up guys.
Stand-up guys.
You got Heupel. You got Bradford. You got Jason White.
Yep.
You had Landry Jones.
Yep. None of them acted like this.
None of them.
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
No, they were all, as you said, stand-up guys. They took the blame when something went wrong.
Think Sam Bradford, for example. He had a horrific NFL experience.
Exactly.
The media was on him all the time. Do you see him out there acting like an asshole? No. He took his L and he went home, but at least he kept his class.
Yeah.
And these two jackasses have no class. I'm sorry. I'm done with both of them. I'm sick of them.
You're
Baker
done with
Mayfield
Tyler. You're done with.
no
Wait a
reason.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is breaking news.
Yes,
You're done with Kyler Murray.
I'm done with him. He's acting like an asshole. If you haven't done anything, you haven't done anything.
That's true.
If we could crown an MVP after 8 weeks of the season every year, you would be the MVP, but you do nothing the second half. You played one of the worst playoff games I've ever seen a player play, and now you're acting like this? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield was awful. He was the worst. He was one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL this year.
He was bad.
Nobody's crying in Cleveland if you go away, dude.
No,
Like,
and here's the thing. As bad as he played, he needs to shut up.
shut your mouth and
Yeah.
play football. Exactly.
You might be lucky to have a job next year if you don't shut up.
Yeah. I
And I'm
mean,
going to miss his commercials.
well, that's the best thing he's done.
I know.
Listen,
Maybe he has a career in Hollywood.
as a person that's watched the Browns for 4 years, watched
Yes, you have.
every game, at least listened or watched every game. He ain't their only problem. Trust me on that.
No,
But he has been awful for 2 of the 4 seasons.
he was bad this year.
He was bad in the second season. He was bad.
And here's the thing. He has, and I'm not an excuse guy. He has a legitimate excuse. He played hurt.
This year, sure. Yeah.
He did. And he needs to shut up because he has the excuse. If your other arm, I don't care, it's not the throwing arm, but it still hinders your throwing motion when one of your arms is in a sling or whatever, a harness.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't have been playing. Bottom line.
No, it was stupid. Yeah.
It is. So, yeah, I agree. Now, this Kyler Murray thing, I don't understand what his problem is. I don't. So
these are my 2 guys, right? And I can't stand
Yes.
either one of them right now. For different reasons. Baker's like the crying little brat in the corner.
he is right now. He
And
is.
it's
I
like,
never
dude,
thought I'd
that's
see him do
not-
this.
That's not who you are. And by the
It's
way,
not who he is. That's
they-
right.
they went and met with Deshaun Watson. That's it.
They did what?
They went and met. The Cleveland Browns went and met with Watson. That's what Baker is by Cleveland about today. They met with him. That doesn't mean they're bringing him in.
No, and they have a right to do that.
Exactly. It's just
You don't, Baker. They're getting ready to decide whether to give you a big contract or not, and it's their money. It's not yours, and they have the right to go out and investigate other quarterbacks because you went 7-9 or whatever it was this year. You could have won a shitty division if you'd have played just a little bit better. And that's not all his fault. There's no doubt. But I know. And the Kyler Murray thing, I don't know.
that's a different thing. He's just like, I don't know. Like, he thinks he's done way more than what he's done. And I get it. I think he's a fantastic, fantastic player. But dude, you haven't done anything to be like demanding a contract. Like,
now,
if I'm Arizona, I'd be like, okay, well, see ya.
But you guys, you're hitting all this around the head. A lot of you guys are. These people are spoiled, rotten babies.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to say this too. I never felt that way about Mayfield until recently because Mayfield was not a big time prospect.
Mm-hmm.
He's a walk-on.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't spoiled. Now he got spoiled at Oklahoma, but 3 years of tremendous football, he deserved to be spoiled at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
If you watched him every game like we did, and he wasn't on the best teams they ever had.
Yeah.
Without him, they wouldn't have been where they were. And neither would Lincoln Riley.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield made Lincoln Riley, not Tyler.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield did.
Yeah.
So anyway, this really sickens me about Mayfield. It really does because I like an underdog like him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's cocky, but that's okay. That was his persona. That's what got him where he was. But
with him, it's just like, stop acting like a child.
Yes.
Grow up, dude.
Act like the person you claim you are.
Exactly, because he's not out demanding more money or this or that. And I think he is a team guy. I don't think Kyler is. I think he's starting to prove it. But Mayfield as always, it's all about the team, and he's not out. Hey, you gotta have to pay me this or this or this. But just you write a letter on Twitter and Instagram. It's like, you're not even gone.
No,
you're not. And what are you gonna do? Like, what's that gonna help? Like, come on, give me a break, dude. Like. And then he's like, I've heard reports, not from him, but it's like, yeah, he wants to be traded in Indianapolis. Wants to be traded, and you think you're going to get to pick your team? Like, you think you're that kind of? That's not you don't have that kind of status. They're going to trade you wherever they want.
That's right. You're not.
And what makes you think Indianapolis wants you?
Exactly.
I mean,
You're not Matthew Stafford.
no.
You're not Justin Herbert. You're
Yeah.
not Mahomes. You're like maybe 15, 16 quarterback, maybe.
That, like Dave says, the money is a problem, right? And that creates a problem. But
And
like with
that's not
Sam
their fault.
Bradford, he wasn't an asshole. I mean, there's people that aren't. Matt Stafford's made a lot of money. He's not an asshole. I mean,
No.
So
Well,
Tom Brady,
again,
really, I mean,
you can't blame the players for taking the money.
No.
But I see what Dave's saying.
Yeah.
Bradford is one of my favorite all-time OU players because, and again, if you're not familiar with the OU program like we are, Bradford was the most unassuming superstar I have ever seen.
Bradford's biggest problem is he didn't want to do it. Like I remember when he was a freshman and they interviewed him, he was like, I'm trying to get like law school. Like I'm just trying to be here to be a lawyer, basically.
Yeah.
Like he didn't want to be
let's
a star.
not forget, he got hurt.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing with him.
He was getting ready to blossom. The Rams were god awful. They were pathetic. He got the crap beat out of him and he got hurt.
Yeah.
And when you get hurt, you get hurt. And that's just the way it is. And who knows if Mayfield will ever recover from the injury he just suffered. You don't know.
Well, the injury to his ego may take a while.
I have to admit, Aaron, I have not followed this at all with Mayfield. This was all news to me. I did see a little something on Twitter this morning, but I was so busy I didn't really read much of it. I'm very disappointed in him because I thought he was above that. But
yeah. Again, if you once they release you or trade you or whatever, and you send that out, well, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Cleveland, for everything, and it was great. And I'll see you down the road. But you're on the roster, dude. Like you're not. What happens when they?
As far as I know, they haven't said anything derogatory about him.
They haven't. They haven't done anything other than look out and look at ways to try in their eyes to
get
improve
better.
the team.
You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to try to win.
Exactly. This is not intramurals. You're trying to get better. I don't know. I'm done with it. You're gonna have to earn my love again. So
Bradford was never an accurate quarterback. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't think you're an accurate commenter.
Well, no, JL, I'm not going to say. Everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
In college, he was. Maybe not in the pros. Maybe. But in college, he was the most accurate quarterback ever.
Yeah, I think that's actually statistically true. But, down the field, he's saying the biggest thing that hampered him is lack of mobility once he got hurt. People forget before he got hurt, when you go watch his first couple of years at Oklahoma, he could really move.
Yes, he could.
And then he couldn't move. And then that's when the problems started. That's when the big problems really started to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. He was in college because his average depth of target was about 5 yards. That's my point. So he has the best pro day in the history of pro days. And that's why he got to become the number one pick. Then that was the thing that really put him over the edge.
Yeah.
So I don't.
That and his attitude.
Yeah.
He blew him away with.
Well, and his attitude was very good. And
it was.
That's what I'm saying. Like Sam Bradford, you almost felt sorry for. Like you kind of could root for him. You wanted him to have success because he was kind of a good guy. These fucking guys here, it's like whatever, dude. If you guys lose, I don't even care anymore. Like,
well, Aaron,
I'm not going to support a baby and
you hit the nail on the head. Why we haven't enjoyed OU football in about 4 years.
You're right. I mean, I can't get behind them. I can't, man. Again, Lincoln Riley, the problem for all of it. So
let's go back.
I blame him.
I will agree with you. These pro days are ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely the dumbest, stupidest thing I've ever seen too.
Mm-hmm.
You can either play or you can't.
Yeah, no, I agree. I hate pro days. You got 4 years of tape on these guys, and you got to go watch a pro day. Come on, give me a break.
I honestly don't know if Drew Brees would even be on our roster today.
Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Dennis asked for the shirt. Danhausen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, where was I going?
I'm glad you got that off your chest.
Well,
you got to feel better.
So here's the big problem. I have been a Cardinals and a Browns fan. I'm gonna just officially say Cardinals and I have split. It's a breakup.
Okay.
The Browns, I'm hanging in there. Because I don't really think the Browns have done anything wrong in this situation. Well, the Cardinals really haven't either. The Cardinals vibe I've never liked, but the Browns, I don't know. We'll see. We're on the rocks.
I was a huge Browns fan until this year.
Yeah.
I'm leaning back. My team's always been the Broncos. I don't know if Wilson's got anything left. If he does, that might be an exciting little turnaround team coming up. I don't know.
Problem I have with the Browns is I do like a lot of the other guys. I've gotten to where I really like, Chubb and those guys, Clowney and the other dude on the line, Garrett. I like those guys. So I don't know. Isaac says breaking news: Tom Brady has come back to the NFL to the Buccaneers. Yeah.
Well, that's breaking news there, Isaac.
All right, final question. Aaron, Wardlow or Sky tonight? Magic chimes in and says, Scorpio wins. MJF does something to ruin Wardlow's near pin. I'm with Magic. I think MJF screws Wardlow somehow tonight, or Wardlow wins but has to give the title to MJF. Something's going to happen there. So that's what to look for tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time on TBS. You going to be watching, Papa Dude?
No.
Okay. Well,
it's my anniversary. I've got.
Oh, that's right. Happy anniversary as well.
I got other plans. We're heading to Branson here in a minute.
Wow, well, that'll be a very good time. Very good time. All right. Anything else?
Good, Magic Carrots. That's a pretty good one there. Oh,
okay.
God.
All right. Well, listen, we've done it all. We've said it all. I broke up with a couple guys on the show. Yes, but that is the headline, Magic, on the tweet. So
yeah, that's pretty good.
We'll see what happens in the coming days. We'll just see what happens. But it's not good in this household when it comes to the NFL right now. So Dennis, happy anniversary.
Thank you, Dennis.
There you go. Oh, Dennis was the only one of you jerks to wish him a happy anniversary.
No, Mark said Silver Dollar State. No, we're not going there.
Okay. All right. Well,
I think
happy anniversary
I think Mama Dude wants to go to the Butterfly Palace.
Woo.
No, that's okay with me. I like butterflies. I'm in.
I'm not in for that.
Okay,
I don't know what that is.
Well, they come down, they fly on land on your shoulder and stuff. Okay. No, you wouldn't like it. I would agree.
Sister Jean wishes you a happy anniversary. And
thank you, Sister Jean. I appreciate that.
Happy anniversary, Papa Dude, from Dave. Happy anniversary to the grumpy old man from Mark. Happy anniversary. Thanks for all the memories from Isaac. So now,
thank
call
you,
them all jerks.
You have provided me plenty of memories also, my friend.
Yes, and happy anniversary to Magic and his side chick. They're celebrating 2 years today. So we wish him a happy anniversary, and happy 2-year anniversary to Jared and Twitter. Not Twitter, Tinder, I should say. So,
this is too good.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out. Thanks for joining us. We had a good group today, like always, and we'll be back. Okay, now here's the deal. I about said we'll be back Monday, but Monday's opening day of Will Rogers Downs. So what happens if we go to Will Rogers? Are we doing the show live from there? Is that what we're doing?
Well, it'd just be me and you.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to have
25 other people.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I hadn't thought about that.
Well, we'll have to think about it. We may have to do the show Sunday night. Remember, the weather's not cooperating right at the moment.
It's supposed to rain, so we might just stay home, go a different day.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, we could have John Lees on as a guest. That'd be fun. We'll see. Yeah,
stay busy though.
He will be busy. Magic, I don't know if you've heard, he does call the races there. So
He probably likes Sister Jean too.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. The Fairmount Park of Oklahoma. That's right.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
true.
we will probably be there. So I don't know when you'll see us again. Maybe Sunday, maybe Tuesday. We'll see. But anyway, the next time you see us, round 1 and 2 of the NCAA tournament will be over. Hopefully everybody does.
Aren't we
well.
gonna do? We're gonna do a couple little videos on Saturday, right?
Yes. We're
It
gonna.
won't
do
be a
something.
show. It won't be
No.
a show.
No, with quick hitters. Yeah,
Yeah, quick hitters. I like that. 5 minute.
maybe not. We'll see. All right. We're gonna get out of here,
Getting
guys.
the vibe, that's not gonna happen.
Probably not. We'll see. We'll see everybody on Monday. Hopefully, Baker Mayfield has a new home, or it's his old home, and hopefully, your guys' brackets do well. So it's the greatest 4 days of sports, right?
It is.
NCAA tournament. So everybody have a good weekend, have fun, and we'll see you next time.
This has been a presentation of RacingDudes.com, your destination for all things horse racing and sports betting. Whether you want free winners, expert insider picks, up-to-the-minute trackside weather reports, or podcasts and videos for bettors of all skill levels. Never make another wager without visiting the Racing Dudes. First,